Okay, so for my little videos for Waterside, I actually have got a slightly different version of the pond colourway here. I initially launched it with aspen coloured frogs and ducks, but several people wanted to have yellow ducks and green frogs. So there's a little bonus file now in with the pattern which shows you how I did that. So I thought I would use this version to make just a little baby blanket and use it for the videos. So I've now got up to row 17 of the ducks, and that's where we now introduce our first of our new stitches. It's not really a new stitch, it's just literally instead of using back loop double crochets for the duck bill here, we are going to use half trebles, and then we're going to work into the third loop of those just to make that bottom bit of the bill stand out a little bit. That's all it is. I mean, if you don't want to do that, you could still do it with your standard back loop double crochets on this row here. Okay, so I've now got up to the side of the head of the first duck, so we now just need to do 2 back loop double crochets, so that's just perfectly normal. And what we're now going to do for the next 9 stitches, so across here, we're going to be working half treble still into the back loop. Okay, so it's just literally yarn over, insert your hook and pull through all of the loops. That just makes a slightly taller stitch. So once we've done those, I'll show you the back. 3, 4, 5. I'll just show you there. So hopefully what you can now see, I know it's probably not great that I'm using this midnight colour, but hopefully you can just see there's the back loop double crochet. So although there is a third loop, it's much more hidden. With the half trebles, much more prominent third loop, much easier to work into, and it also just gives that little extra height as well, so we're not stretching the stitch. So that's where we're going to be working our next row into. Okay, so what have I got? 5 there, I think. Let's just complete those. There we go, and 1 more. So for this row, that's it. We're just working 9 back loop half trebles across the middle of the duck there. So then we've got 2 more back loop double crochets and 4 trebles. So the rest, the bits in between, are all just the standard stitches you've been using up to now. Okay, so I've now completed my row 17 and done my back loop half trebles for the duck bills on each duck, and I'm now up to the duck's head again on row 18. So where we did our first 2 back loop double crochets there, we're going to do the perfectly normal front loop trebles. So now what we've got after doing that, as I think I mentioned before, we're not now going to be working our double crochets into this back loop as we normally would. We are going to flip that over, and if you see, hopefully try and get it so you can see it in the light, we're going to be working into this third loop instead. Okay, so we're now going to do 9 double crochets into that third loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you can see, what that's now doing is pushing both of these front loops forward and making it much more, rather than like down here when we just did we kept them with our back loop double crochets, they're sort of set back thinner. It's a much more prominent line now. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we're going to switch to our standard front loop trebles again there. Okay, so that is what you're now going to do for each duck along the row there. Great, so I'm now up to the same position on row 19 as where we've started on the last couple of rows. I'm just going to show you these last few little slightly different stitches in the middle. So we now start on the duck's head with 4 back loop double crochets, 2, 3, 4, and we now get to some trebles because we're now going to do like the top bit of the duck's bill. But rather than working into the front loop as usual, because we've now got 2 loops here, we're just going to work those trebles into this back loop. Okay, so we've got 5 of those, so just literally, again, hopefully you can see it on this dark colour, just going to work our treble into that loop there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you can just sort of see there, it's now just made these, it's brought all these stitches forward. So now complete the duck's head with the standard 4 back loop double crochets and carry on. So that is all of the special stitches that you're going to need for chart 4.